As we've been reporting, Missouri State Health Department refused to renew Planned Parenthood's license today as a judge considers the case because there was a hearing today. CBS News correspondent Meg Oliver joins us now from St. Louis with the latest. Meg, you were inside that courtroom. Tell us what happened.
Pretty fascinating day here, Vlad. At around 9:30 Central Time, we found out that Planned Parenthood's license would not be renewed. About a half an hour later, Judge Michael Stelzer came in and addressed everybody and said this is a very difficult case. He's never had a case that has generated this much attention. And at the same time, he told Planned Parenthood he was going to give them some time to look over this denial. He was not going to order anything at that moment, and he didn't give us an indication when he's going to come back with the order. He did commend both sides of the lawyers, saying, you know, that you have both been very professional in this. But again, very difficult case. Now, with all that set aside, Planned Parenthood came out of court and they declared this a victory. They feel that this is a victory for the women of Missouri. And Vlad, as CBS News was first to report earlier this week, Planned Parenthood came out and said that they were refusing to continue performing the pelvic exam before a woman receives an abortion here in the state of Missouri. In the denial here, the state admitted that they no longer have to do that unless the doctor feels it is medically necessary. However, they have to document it. So they feel that's a huge victory for them. So again, everything stays status quo. Planned Parenthood of St. Louis will continue to perform abortions as this injunction stays in place.
So what happens next, Meg?
Yeah, so that's the big wait and see, Vlad. You know, we don't know when the judge is going to come back with his order. It's hard to say if he would come back today. It might be more likely next week because he wants to give Planned Parenthood some time to look at the denial. We have been here all week long reporting on this issue. We've been talking to women, sitting down with women who are going in for abortions. And I can tell you that women in Missouri that are going in for abortions are very frustrated. They've had some of the most restrictive laws in place for the last few weeks. They've had a consent process they have to go through, a 72-hour waiting period, and then those 2 pelvic exams up until Thursday. So I sat down with one woman yesterday who drove almost 3 hours for her first appointment. She was in tears, sobbing over the difficulty of her decision and also just the fact that there is only one abortion clinic in this state. It's interesting to note that during the last few weeks, women here have been very confused, and thousands of women are now crossing the state line. They're driving up to Illinois, going to another clinic where they can go in and receive an abortion in one day. So there's a lot of confusion. Planned Parenthood wants the women of Missouri to know that they are still open for business right now.
And Meg, this is also centered around the Missouri Health Department. What reasoning did they give earlier for rejecting the license?
So they cited, after a recent investigation, 30 deficiencies. And in this denial, they lay some of those out. And there are different cases, case by case, that they are saying that they didn't follow the law. But at the same time, Planned Parenthood feels that they were misinterpreting state law requiring them to perform these pelvic exams, for instance, when there's no medical reason. And Dr. David Eisenberg told me earlier this week, he's the director of Planned Parenthood here, that they're absolutely unethical, and he just refused to do them anymore.
All right, Meg, you've been reporting on this really important story, which will have ripple effects across the country. Thank you very much.